just like that. It's making me uncomfortable.
That makes them.
All right, so is that in vertex form or standard form? Standard form, right? What's the A value? -2. What's the B value? -4. What's the C value? 0. If there's nothing there, the C value is 0. Okay? All right, so does it open up or down? Why?
Negative.
What's negative? The A, right?
Yeah.
We all okay with that?
Yeah.
Very good. So it opens down. Oh, I guess I have to answer all those first. So A, down. What do I do for B? Axis of symmetry.
Yeah, that's what
All right, so it's X equals negative B. B's -4, right? Over 2A, which is 4 over -4, right? So that's X equals -1. Questions on that? You guys seemed fine with that yesterday. We okay? C, the vertex, I know is -1 something. Remember, the axis of symmetry goes right through the vertex. So whatever X equals for the axis of symmetry is the X value of your vertex. How do I find the Y value? I plug the -1 in to the original problem. Okay? So -2 times -1 squared minus 4 times -1. -1 squared is +1 times -2 is -2. -4 times -1 is +4. -2 plus 4 is 2. Find the y-intercept. Know that the y-intercept is always 0 something, and it's the C value, which we already said was what? 0. So it's the origin is my y-intercept. Question. Okay? Again, we got to do a better job in here of keeping our noses covered, please. So here's what it looks like. My X equals -1 is the dashed vertical line. That's the axis of symmetry. -1, 2 is right here. That's my vertex. 0, 0 is my y-intercept. It's 1 unit away to the right of the axis of symmetry. So to get my third point, so I can get my curve, I go 1 unit to the left of the axis of symmetry, which would be -2, 0. So that gives me the 3 dots that I can get my parabola curves through. Right, Kennedy? Zone back in, please. Questions on that? That's basically what you were doing yesterday, right? All of that stuff, like the last 3, was it 22, 24, or no, 12 to 22, right? So 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, you should have to do all that, I think. Some of you just did part of it, okay? So, we did 2, 3, and 4, right? Axis of symmetry for 2 was what, Olivia Carr? 2? X equals 2? Yes, remember, it's an equation. Andrew, what's number 3?
I got X equals -5.
Ooh, actually it's 0. So your B value in that problem is 0. So 0 divided by 2 times 3, which is 0 over 6, which is 0. Co-Everly, number 4.
X equals 3.
No. That's in vertex form. Okay? It's x plus 5 squared. Let me find a opening here. What number is this for? So it's f of x equals x plus 5 squared. So it's in vertex form. Okay? So the vertex, remember, was hk. Remember, here's vertex form. A times quantity x minus h squared plus k. All right? So we said whatever x value made this 0 was the axis of symmetry. What x value makes this equal to 0? -5. But we didn't have to find that. But that tells me the x value of the vertex, right? And I said, this number told me the y value of the vertex. What's numbers out there? 0. Right? So I could tell the vertex and the axis of symmetry real quick. I don't have to do the negative b over 2a for that one. It's not in standard form. Okay? Questions on 2, 3, or 4? So number 2 and number 4 were in vertex form. Number 3 was in standard form. So for number 3, you had to do negative b over 2a. But the b was 0. So 0 divided by anything is 0. That means my axis of symmetry is the y axis. That happens sometimes. Then we jumped to 12, didn't we? Is that how it went? 2, 3, 4, and then 12 to 22 even? Oh, 2 through 7, okay. So 5, 6, 7, we had to find all that stuff. All right, 5, it goes down. The axis of symmetry is x equals -1. The vertex is -1, -7. And the y-intercept is -8. And then again, you were supposed to graph it. Number 6, you got it going up because your a value was positive. X equals 3/2 is the axis of symmetry. 3/2 -1/4 is the vertex. Sometimes you get fractions, that's okay. 0, 2 is my y-intercept. And then again, graph it. Number 7, it goes down because my a value is negative. X equals 2 is my axis of symmetry. 2, 3 is the vertex. 0, -1 is the y-intercept. And graph. Any of those you want me to go over for you? None of them. Huh? We're okay for the. Sure. All right, then jumping to 12. X equals 0 is my, again, b is 0 for number 12, is my axis of symmetry. Number 14, that one's in vertex form. So in the parentheses is x plus 1 squared. So what value of x makes that equal to 0? -1, right? So it's x equals -1. Okay. Questions on either one of those? 12 or 14? All you have to do is find axis of symmetry. 16 is why doesn't it give me the A, B, and C? guess I have to look at the. Oh, there we go. It opens down. X equals 1 is my axis of symmetry. 1, 3 is my vertex, and 0, 0, the origin is my y-intercept. And then again, graph it. 18, x equals 2 is, or it goes downward, sorry. X equals 2 is my axis of symmetry. 2, 13 is the vertex, 0, 5 is the y-intercept. 20 was upward, x equals -1, axis of symmetry, -1, -2, vertex. The y-intercept is x equals -1. Sorry, 0, -1, not x equals -1. And then again, graph it. And the last one opens up. X equals -3 is my axis of symmetry. -3, -9.5 is my vertex. 0, -5 is my y-intercept. So let's look at that last one, 22, just to go through it again. Make sure we got this. And it had some decimals in it too. So I'll write it out. G of x is 0.5x squared. Plus 3x minus 5. Oh, I should do this. I have a graph on the other page. All right. All right, over here. A, up or down? Up. Positive 0.5. B, axis of symmetry. X equals negative B over 2A. What's 2 times a half?
1.
1. So what's negative 3 over 1?
-3.
C, vertex, -3. -3 squared is positive 9 times a half would be 4.5, right?
Yeah.
3 times -3
Plus -9.
is -9.
It's
Minus 5.
5.
All right?
-9.5.
Right, because this is negative what? 4.5, right? 4.5 minus 9 is negative 4.5 minus 5 is negative 9.5. Good job, Cola. Or you just remembered what I just said, right?
No, I got the smarties.
There we go. D, y-intercept is whatever C value is. Questions on those 4 answers? Everybody knows how I got to those? Any questions? Okay, so then I'm going to graph it. All right, so my axis of symmetry is x equals -3. Let's do this for a second. Move this over so that it doesn't get kind of messy. -3. 1, 2, 3. So there's my axis of symmetry. Vertical line through -3. All right. 0, -5 is my y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My vertex is -3, -9.5. That's about here. Right? How far away is this from here? 3, so I go 1, 2, 3 to the left. Is it opening up when I draw my curve? Is it supposed to open up? No. Every year, when we have this quiz, you'll tell me the right thing. You'll tell me it opens up, and then you'll draw the graph going down. Are you, any of you gonna make that mistake?
Probably. Saying something probably will.
Yeah.
Smack you upside the head.
I'm gonna make one mistake.
Do I need to go over any more of those? Did that help?
Yes.
Because I saw lots of question marks, but at least you kept trying, the ones that did. Try and do it. Okay? Which is all I'm asking, you try. All right, so today, we're gonna finish this up. And it says substituting any real value of x into a quadratic equation results in a real number. Therefore, the domain, which is what? The x value. So all the x values of any quadratic function is all real numbers. Which axis is the x-axis? This one, right? And these parabolas, as they go up, what's happening? They get wider and wider and wider, right? Which is, which way? Horizontally. They never end. So that's why all real numbers is the domain of all parabolas that open up or down, which are the ones we're just talking about right now. Okay? So when you're asked, what's the domain of this quadratic function, you're always going to say what?
All real numbers.
All real numbers. You're always going to write that down. Okay? The range, which is the what? Y, that's this way, right? Of a quadratic function depends on its vertex and the direction that the parabola opens. Okay? So, if it opened up like this one we just got done doing. Let me see if I can get to it. Where's that? Right here. All right. The range is from this point, the y values from here, which way? Up. If it opens up, my range is going to be y is greater than or equal to negative, what was this point? Y value? Negative 9.5, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the range will be from this bottom point, this vertex, up, or if it opens down, it'd be from that point down, so this would just change to what? Less than or equal. Okay? So domain, this keeps getting wider, all real numbers, no matter what. Range, if it goes up, y is greater than or equal to whatever that y value of the vertex is. If it goes down, whatever y is less than or equal to whatever the y value is. Okay?
Yep.
Making sense?
Yes.
So you're going to be asked today, domain and range also. Oops, that's not where it was it? Is that this green? Okay? So domain is always what? So if you want to just do that, that's good for me. Range, it's going to be y greater than or equal to if it goes up. Y less than or equal to if it goes down. Okay? We good so far? Makes sense? Of course it makes sense. Common sense, right? And that's what this is saying right here. There's a better picture than what I have. Okay? So what did we call this form of a set? Remember we had roster notation, we had interval notation, and we had set builder notation. Okay? You don't have to actually do that. You can do what I just did, write the R and then y is greater equal to something, and y is less. You don't have to do all that fancy stuff. There's the R, right? But if it opens up, this point down here is called the minimum value. That's the min. Makes sense? The very bottom, the smallest it could be. And if it opens down, it's at the very top. It's like at the mountaintop, right? So that's the maximum point. So that's what we're talking about today, adding on. Domain range and mins and maxes. Okay? The min is always the y value of the vertex. Okay? So the min of the problem we just got done doing was negative 9.5. It's not the whole point, it's just the y value. The minimum value or maximum value is the y value of the vertex. Same as your range. Okay? That's what I just said, right? Not the whole ordered pair of the vertex, it's just the y value. Okay? So, does this have a min or a max?
None.
Wrong. Why?
Down.
It goes down, right? So you got it way up here at the tippy top, right? Max. Make sense? It says find the min or max. Well, in order to find that min or max value, you got to find the in order to find the vertex, if it's in standard form, I got to find the axis of symmetry first. Okay? So you're going to have to do this. Negative b over 2a first, which is negative 2 over 2 times negative 3, which is negative 2 over negative 6, which is positive 1/3. Okay? So then I put the 1/3 where? In the x. And this answer that I'm going to get is going to be the maximum value. Okay? So, 1/3 squared is 1/9. Negative 3 times 1/9 is negative 3/9. 2 times 1/3 is 2/3. Okay? But with this calculator, you could just put all that in the beginning. You don't have to do it using this calculator like I do. You could just go negative 3 parentheses 1 divided by 3 parentheses squared plus 2 parentheses 1 divided by 3 parentheses minus 4. And this answer is the what? What are we looking for? The maximum value, right? The maximum. So negative 3.6 repeating. Or, let me show you something. You can change this back to a fraction if you want. You hit the math button, and then hit enter twice. So negative 11/3. Okay? So, here's what we did again. We knew it was a max because it opened down because A was negative. It opens up, it's a minimum. To find the max or minimum value, find the axis of symmetry first, and then plug it in, whatever you get, in for x, and then that answer you get after you plug in is that min or max value. It's the y value of the vertex. Okay?
Okay.
You guys try this one, please. Oh, then we'll state domain and range too. Really?
Negative 2, is it negative 2? Is it just 2? It's just 2 in model. Thank you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Kennedy!
There's a lot. Really a lot. Oh, yeah, I just need to do this right now.
I got.
Oh, no, what's the- Guys, watch the
Good job, man. Trying to run into you. Whoa. What? This one?
No.
You didn't get it? What?
Bone saw, bone saw, bone saw, bone saw, bone saw. Should be, this thing's hurt. Defend it, Kate, keep on defending it. Bone saw hurt a lot.
Don't let me get into there. I'm in trouble.
I should wrestle. Dude, please. I'll wrestle if you wrestle.
Ours will be well, okay?
All right, what's the,
He said, I said, I'll wrestle if you wrestle.
yeah, you could be workout partner. Be awesome. All right, so what was the axis of symmetry? The axis of symmetry. So then the vertex was 3 what?
No, 6.
So what's the, is it min or max?
Minimum,
Min, why?
positive.
Right, opens up, right? So it's a min and it's -6, right? It's the y value of the vertex, right, Trent? What's the domain? All real numbers. What's the range?
Less than or equal to.
No, it's a min. Greater than or equal to. -6, we got this.
Oh my
Don't forget about the graphing part, Andy. Y-intercept part. There's your assignment, there. 8, 9, 10, 24, 26, 28, 30, 7th problem. Good job on your test this week. Good start to this 9 weeks. Have a good weekend, enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah, I will, but my parents weren't letting me out of the house.
Oh, well, don't be a smart aleck.
I'm not being a smart aleck. Now you're gonna go get COVID.
Why are you not?